Hi, I'm Gabriella. Hi, I'm Noelia, and you're joining us for GNG Wanders. Welcome to GNG Wanders, where we share different hikes in Michigan, hiking tips, and a little bit about us. Before we jump into kind of what we want to talk about today, I'm going to read Psalm 8, which is our chapter and theme for our channel. And it says, Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory in the heavens. Through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies, to silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? Human beings that you care for them. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You made them rulers over the works of your hands. You put everything under their feet, all flocks and herds, and the animals of the wild, the birds in the sky and the fish in the sea, all that swim the paths of the seas. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. So Psalm 8 is just the reminder of how wonderful God is and just how beautiful his creation is. The reminder of worshiping our Creator and praising his name, and not the things he's created, but worshiping and praising his name and glorifying him in all that we do. And that is our goal in every video and every hike and in all of our lives, to glorify the Lord. So how are you doing this beautiful day?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's been very nice weather lately. The last 3 days compared to last week, but then we live in Michigan, so we never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's apparently supposed to rain like in thunderstorm tonight and tomorrow, so
it's supposed to drop in the 40s next week, so we are enjoying the weather as much as we can.
Yes, basking in that sunlight, getting that vitamin D. Yep, lifting all the spirits. Yeah,
sure.
Everybody's a lot happier when they're out in the sun.
Yeah, that's true. The sun has a really big impact in our mood. So what are the things you like to do, changing the subject a little bit from what we did today to what did you do during the week to keep up with training? What things did you do that will keep going besides walking or doing our hiking once a week?
I mean, we hike once a week. That's part.
But
of
what
the
you do in
training for
between?
hiking. Well, I mean, we hike every week, but we don't post a video every week.
Yeah.
So we hike once a week, and that is part of the training for the eventual goal of backpacking. Yeah. And then I also have a membership that I split with you at the Y, and I also go to the gym in town once a week for a steps class. And both of those things, I usually do that with a friend, or sometimes I'll go by myself to the Y, not as often. But yeah, so I kind of use it as like a hangout with people while also working out at the same time. So there's that. So it's like going to the gym, hikes once a week, and then I also teach dance 3 days out of the week, so that, and I actually follow along with everything. I work, in essence, I dance with them as much as they would be dancing. So I'm getting that, getting my heart rate up and getting my workout in for the day with that. Eventually, once it starts staying warm, I'll start biking around town and things like that rather than driving. I should have done that today, but our tires aren't inflated. Yeah, so that's what I do. But what do you do?
Well, during the week, I have a program called Coach to 5K, and I use that. I've been stuck in week 5 and 6 for the last month, but it's good. I have a treadmill at home, so that helps to do that whenever I have the chance to go on it. These 2 weeks been, I will say I haven't keep up with the program because we've been doing a couple other stuff, and at the end of the day I'm very tired. But that's what we usually do. The running is 3 times a week. besides the hiking, I also just got a new game, which is for the PS4, and it's the only game I play on it, which is Just Dance. So I like to get into the world tournaments online and try to get first place. No, doesn't always work, but I usually try to do that once a week because I love dancing. I may not move like the video, but hey, it's okay. It's just for the fun of it. Yeah. And of course, the everyday life. My house have a basement and it's a one-story house. So I go to, so I go.
It's a two-story house.
It's a two-story house. I say one all the time.
You do. It's two. And it's actually two
levels. So I go up and down all day long with the stairs, and carrying things up and down. I forget this and then go up. Sometimes I do all the way from the basement all the way to the bedroom upstairs and down laundry too. So just doing different things during the week. That keeps me active as much as I'm able to. So, yeah.
Well, what motivates you to kind of keep up with all the training and not get too, slacking with that?
Slacking with that. I want to give my body the chance to be as healthy as it can. Mm-hmm. I saw this post on Facebook where you had these two pictures on it. This old lady in the 80s, with a walker, bending over, going along the road. And the opposite was this lady who is in the 80s, very ripped, lifting weights. And the caption of it was, what you do every day determines the ending of your journey. So I may not be like the 80-year-old ripped lady, but also don't want to use a walker if I can prevent it. Yeah. So that motivates me to I need to get better, give the chance for my body to be better, be healthier. And also when grandkids show up, I want to be able to run after them or try to catch them, of course, because they were running away.
They run so fast.
Yes. Or be on the floor with them and just play with them and be able to be active grandma when that chance comes too. So what about you? What motivates you on this hike to do this every day?
That's a really good question. Part of it, is just the final goal. I have been wanting to backpacking Yosemite, this trail specifically that we have planned out. I've been wanting to do it for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. So that in and of itself is motivating. Also the fact that I get to hang out with other people while training and even while doing hiking is great too, because I love hanging out with people. And then there's also the health side of things where some of the health issues I'm walking through right now, it's important that I am working out and staying active and everything. So yeah. And there's also even for my job as a dance teacher, that's important for me to stay fit, because if I am expecting my students to do all these things, I should also be able to do them.
So what's your advice for somebody don't know where to start or how they can keep training, or where will they start?
My advice is, if you're going to start training to go hiking and intense hiking, is you start with your cardio. That's going to be probably the most important thing, your cardio and your breathing. The steps class that I go to, when we're going up and down on those steps, my body reacts the same way that it does when I'm going up an incline. My heart rate starts pumping the same way it does. I get flushed, and my breathing goes the same way that it would if I were going up an incline. So working on, this might not be a huge incline, but my body's still reacting the same way. So, training my body to breathe correctly and learn, building up my endurance and things like that. So that would be working on your cardio and your breathing, and then also making sure that you're eating well, because you don't want something if you're not eating well for a week and then you decide to go hiking, your body's not going to react well. You could I mean, your body can get really fatigued pretty quickly if you're not eating well or staying hydrated. You could potentially pass out, especially if you're carrying like a heavy backpack and you're not used to it. And I mean, even just like we train with we do these hikes with our backpacks on. I think that's also important. Like just walking around with weights, if you're going to train to backpack, walking around with weights so your body's used to being like weighed down more with it. But yeah, I mean, if you're just training to hike though, I'd say cardio, breathing, and eating well. It's pretty much, what I'd say. What do you think?
Well, I will add sleep. That helps too. You don't want to you want to good rest, and eating well is important because you're not gonna have a donut before your hike, but you can have one afterwards if you feel like it. Stay hydrated, and now that the weather is changing in certain parts, there's getting hot. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Don't overdo it either because it's not good for you. And I would say, if you've never done it, just start with something. And pick something that you like. Like we pick things that we like. Like I say, I like my dancing is our main thing. We like dancing. And so we do that throughout the week because that's our favorite activity to do. If you like to go on a bike ride, well, get a stationary bike or maybe get a bike and go and do short trips to do bike. But just to get up and do something I will advise will be my first step. And finding somebody that has the same affinity as you to do something is important because sometimes we get discouraged and I'm like, some days you don't want to do it. And let's be realistic, we want to stay at home or in bed all day long. But having that person that holds you accountable to, no, we're going to do this. One day it's Gabriella's turn to say, Mom, we need to do this. Other days it's my turn, Gabriella. We say we were going to do this. So having that older person help you through it helps. And now with technology, you can do if you have the ability to have a treadmill and Zoom with your friend and they have a treadmill, let's do it together. Even though they are far away. So there's a lot of technology that you can use out there. And if you are a solo person, well, kudos to you. It gets hard when you're by yourself just because the motivation part of it. There was a point I'm like, what am I doing this for? So also having little reminders in your calendar and your phone all throughout the week. They're like, what is the purpose of this? It helps you stay motivated to keep going.
Sorry, we had to grab our tea from that we had actually bought at the Seven Ponds Nature Center. They have their own set of teas that they grew in their gardens and out in the just around the acres and everything. So now we have tea. Oh, one thing that we are wanting to work on is getting Spanish subtitles for our videos. We know that we have some people who speak Spanish watching our videos, and we also speak Spanish, so just having that opportunity to make it more accessible to more people. It would be cool if we could translate it into all languages, but we only have Spanish mastered, so so that'll take some time. But yeah, if there's anything that you would like to see from us, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and we'll be sure to respond. Like and subscribe if you want to keep up with our wonders.
Oh, Jed, you got it.
Thank you all so much for watching. Have a blessed day.
Ciao.